The highest scores drop because, like Tino said, we don't know who you've been fucking. The lowest scores are dropped because we don't know who you've been fucking. The highest possible score, the three in the middle are added together for the highest possible score of 30. Now, I know that seemed like a lot, and that's not nearly all there is. Audience? That requires a response. Audience? It is your job to influence these judges. Your job. Like you get paid cash money, but you're not actually. We want you to act like you do. So, if the judges give a score that you really, really, really feel is appropriate, you go. Exactly. If the judges give a score you hate, you go. So they can have their opinion. Explained all that. Like I said, I do not care what you slap together, as long as it makes that clapping sound. Whip out your cell phone right quick. Yeah, go ahead and whip out your cell phone. I would like you to either put it on silent or airplane mode or put it on vibrate. Now, if you put it on vibrate, there are strategic parts of your body that could be lit up if you're a popular person. I would suggest not yelling out during a poet's poem because that's rude. But do what you gotta do. You got it? Everybody got it? Okay. So, the next bit of business that we must discuss is the word of the day. I'm glad the word chosen. Give me no words. Look, college age are over. You got some vocabulary words. So, on the count of three, give me some words. 1, 2, 3.
Ameliorate has already
Wait. What did you say? Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. What you mentioning? Come on over. Over here. Because I like her. Shut up. I want her near me. Tell us what ameliorate is.
To lessen the impact of.
I love that. Thank you.
My last name is Aliféris, but I'm not related to Katie.
Thank you for letting us know. So she's not going to claim you, Katie, just so you know. The word of the day is ameliorate. What am I missing? What else? There's another thing. Oh! Here's the order of the poets this evening. Listen up, poets. Going up first is Reggie, then Adithi, Joe Mack, Brennan, PG, Chardonnay, Wingding, Bree Blue, Awaju LLC, Isabel, Pink Diamond, Bella, Dr. Maddox, and Queen Lizzie. So before we put on the first poet, nobody likes to go first, do they? Before we go on. So this is a free speech zone.
What does that mean, Jess?
You should call her and see what she means by it. But what I mean by it is poets are free to say whatever the hell they want and talk about whatever the hell they want. Besides, like, actual making physical threats. You may or may not hear some shit tonight that offends you. And if you do, I highly encourage you to take your ass out there. Or boo, if you that kind of person. You can even pull a poet aside out there and have a private conversation with them. Call your mama. Call your therapist. But whatever you do, unless they are physically threatening you, please don't tell me. I care about you in a humanitarian way, but I don't know you. And I'm responsible for your feelings. Here's your safe place, right? It's always safe right here. To take care of yourself tonight. Don't sit up. Offended you. Because I'm not going to offend you this evening. Or at least I'm a half-ass not try. What else do we need? Oh, one more thing. We need somebody to go first, don't we? So we like to bring on a sacrificial poet. What is a sacrificial poet? Well, I'm glad you asked. Sacrificial poet is the first poet of the evening that goes before all official poets. Anybody you like more than this poet? You will give a higher score, judges, because this is your practice. Anybody you like less, you will give a lower score. Are you ready now? Are you ready to start the poetry slam? I have to say, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't get that. Like, I mean, whatever you gotta do, like, some smacking. King smacks noise.
Risk it for the biscuit. Ain't no biscuit if you don't risk it.
I have found the closest to perfection I can ask for. A person who never lets me feel unloved, who I do my damnedest to make sure never feels unloved either. We are both human, both flawed, both perpetually overscheduling ourselves, people pleasing, and we range in personality. Feels by those he loves. Flags under our eyes drown, and we are a world of contrast. Winds awash in the awe of adventure and whirring towards our next one. At our worst, we reach the empty. Burrow into our heads, ignore all that exists outside the walls of our rooms. Are dragged under the mess of the dirty and unsafe thoughts, snarled and tucked into our lack of self-care, aware we are not picture perfect, aware we are not who or where we want to be, unsure whether we ever will be. Burnt out, running on the dregs of our hopes and social battery, we often overextend ourselves, pretend. We paste smiles to us on our better days, with will to do so out of our closet, does a humble apology and tired promise, though you know it'll probably happen again. My soulmate is a boy who loves. His heart is displayed loudly on his sleeves, colorful and as beautiful as he is, finds reassurance and confidence in his body's ability to dance off rhythms. Each like a queen, pro he dances, he does a deep voice. One well enough. Not a traditional protector, he looks out for loved ones in ways most men won't even approach. Will listen closely to the pains and struggles, will not dismiss them the way he would want to for himself. He uses the care he has for others as inspiration, a foundation to revisit, rebuild from the ruins, suggestions to turn the haunted house of your mind into the enchanting home of your dreams. Encourage you to love the parts of you don't want to look in the eye. Embrace your identity with authenticity and let this heartfelt honesty bleed into all sections of your life. I have found the closest to perfection I could ask for in my best friend. We are not perfect, not always is present. Split in many directions. Lead me to you. Thank you.
Excellent to y'all judges. Yes, now. I have, did you? I wish I could see that well. I have one, two, no, don't erase it, I haven't said it yet. Don't erase your score till I call them all out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fifth score? 1, 2, 3. There it is. Almost. All right. I have a low score of a 6.0. I'm gonna keep them up till I call all of them out. Keep them up until thank you. We gonna get this judge thing yet. We have a 6.2, 7.4, 7.8, and an 8.7. Give it up for the poet though. We love poetry. We got you poetry. We love poetry. Do not forget why we come. We have come for this poetry. All right. So, we about to get into it. You ready? Can you be louder than me? You ready? Aditi, you are on deck. Please welcome. You're not now. Okay, so let me explain that one. I'm going to use a term called on deck. If I say that you are on deck, it means that you are not up right now. You are up after the poet who is up right now. Aditi, you are on deck. Please welcome. Of the evening, and you're all
Ain't no biscuit yet.
When my brother tells me that Marva said that her pronouns are nigger, I felt that shit. Because my pronouns are nigger. My gender is a grape swisher and a 40 by noon. There's a whole hood up having a block party in front of the liquor store at 2 a.m. My gender says, fuck the rules. Fuck the oppressor. Fuck anyone not from my block living with binders and makeup. My gender will still fuck a bitch up without smearing lipstick on my gender. Who are fighting to survive. My gender knows curled fists and painted nails. Long, pretty hair pulled back into a messy bun because I caught that nigga that was misgendering me on Facebook and I told him, hands on sight. My gender knows to keep its hands in sight. When shopping or walking or being stopped by the police knows that my hashtag will always wear the wrong pronouns. My mother will always mourn a son. My gender will keep itself quiet so she doesn't lose a daughter too. My gender is a nigga that can't call itself trans because it's always felt like a white word. Don't sit well on a black tongue, don't get used in black conversation or seen on black television. So my gender always had to be its own role model. Created a space just for me to survive. My gender is a black power fist at a pride parade. My gender says all cops are bastards. Yes, even the ones you are thinking of. Yes, even the queer ones. My gender knows how many gay cops murdered black boys last year. There's a rainbow flag drenched in its own blood. My gender is first death, then a resurrection. It's the amelioration of a black boy into something good. My gender is both graveyard and garden. It's headstone and headline and head hunt and head bowed in prayer. My gender is a prayer, which means my gender must be holy. My gender must be sacred. My gender must be God, which means my gender must. It is, after all, I have ever known.
Reggie, y'all. Reggie. Let's see some scores up in here.
Wow!
I have 3 scores. We working on 4. We got 4 scores. Ooh, that is grappling over that one. All right, keep them up till I call them all. We have a low score of an 8.8. A 9.0. 9.0. 9.5 and a 9.7. For Reggie, y'all. Give it up for Reggie. Keep y'all energy up. We got us a whole bunch of poets to go. Joe Mack, you are on deck. Please welcome our next poet to the stage. It is a DP. Welcome.
For those of us who are non-Hindi speakers in this room, let me introduce the word tadka. Tadka is a Hindi word for tempered spice, and throughout this word, there are names of a classical South Asian dish called tabud. On the 5th day of 2021, I was taking a minute to win it on Instagram when I realized that in reality, like really for real, I had once won once and once again a long time ago, many times over, in deepening forests of solitude, safe enough to spice up, simmer down muscle bowls of pressure cooked arhar dal. Yes, you can have some patience as I add its English name to this mix of both. Yellow split pigeon peas. Reduce spice down into a rich hollow of a palm greasy coconutty ancestry. Then plant seeds of sarson, aloha, aroma of curry patta. Make some noise for lal mirch. Split the splatter of lasan, some familiarity of adrak. Patience. Of patience. Crucial crush. Channel in grassy of memory of mama. Introducing Ye Bahi Wala Masala, Sambar Masala is finally in the house. Hearty bowls of arhar dal for boys and girls from Tarkahood. Inflamed, informed by lineage, by pedigree, by privilege. the politics of women-only kitchens, then grand, suddenly, instantly, Instagrammed in an instant. Thank you.
I think the judges like to score.
Get it right, get it tight, judges.
Have one score. People having conferences. Score.
Right, I have a low score of a 5.5. Be careful with this mic stand, poet. All right. Brennan, you are on deck. Please give it up for our next poet coming to the stage. I don't hear no giving up. Please welcome Joe Mack to the stage right now.
I am here to talk about one of God's greatest creations and something that ameliorated everyone.
Let's go work
I
today.
mean, when he made this shit, it literally changed life as we know it. I know they have embedded in us that addiction can become a bad thing, but shit will ever be the toxic bitch that I constantly run back to, because what they don't tell you is that even poison is a snake's best friend.
Yeah.
And much like in the Garden of Eden, once we bit into that fruit, all fucking hell broke loose. That creation, Mario Kart.
Oh, okay.
If you think infidelity to our families apart, then you ain't been around a group of unruly teenagers who are literally threatening each other's lives while driving a stick. But the older I got, I realized how fucked up Mario really was. See, the game consisted of 8 characters with 16 tracks. And the object of the game was to win the race by the for all of us to make it. We simply loaded up those shells, waiting to unload on whoever was in front of us, because they have taught us that if we cross the finish line without everyone else, we are now enemies. So now we're on the run for our own DNA, and it's a fact. Mushrooms may make you go faster, but they'll also be the first plant to grow from your premature grave.
Come on now.
I thought Toadstool had it bad all these years, just use the baby out of the bunch. But can you imagine being Princess Peach? With 6 other men chasing you for your peach, when statistics show that 41% of women have been victims of sexual assault. So what the fuck was Nintendo really trying to convey? Ain't it funny how Rainbow Road was the hardest track on the whole game? And in real life, gays find it hard to look at rainbows because they mean nothing but shitty weather when simply trying to be who the fuck they are.
Okay.
Notice that the 2 brown-skinned characters make you be strong yet slow. And Donkey Kong, he was the darkest of them both, and he was the ape that was addicted to bananas. So maybe the N in N64 really stood for nigga. Bowser, the type to bow to his master, so maybe that's why he got to live in the castle with the stars. And so we reach for that star, we'll kill for that star, we grab that star, and then we hold it up high as we become invincible, and we run to that old Negro spiritual. But you notice our star power is just for a limited time, much like our freedom and our status, because you can become the baddest black man on the planet as long as you don't take a knee for the anthem. Because here, it's not shut up and dribble, it's shut up and race. And I learned in the end, it's not about winning the race, it's about controlling your fucking ego. Because that's ain't like an all about me ass nigga to bring his friends along, make some classic shit, use their land to practice his craft, and still have the nerve to make a fucking game after himself. As if this is a solo act, as if my ancestors didn't feel every road you travel on in chains, as if your family wasn't by your side the whole fucking time. So now I realize that the L on Luigi's cap stood for lonely, because family will be the first to abandon you when you make it. See, this is not merely a game, because in real life, you can't be brought back after you die, nor can you pull the cartridge, blow and start over. You can simply pause until you realize all races are unworthy to be ran.
get it
I
tight,
have 1 score,
judges!
2 scores, 3 scores.
Get it right, get it tight!
I have 4 scores. They are conferring, thinking deeply about this score right now. What? I have a low score of an 8.0.
Whoa!
I have an 8.5.
Whoa!
8.9.
Whoa!
9.0. And a 9.7. Give it up. Really know what the hell happened here, up in here this evening. And number 2, he just blew y'all mind with like a comparison of the racial construct in Western culture with Mario Kart. You gonna go home with that. You know, you gonna think about that shit when you get back to the house. So, let us move on, shall we? Good Lord. All right, PG, you are on deck. Please welcome our next poet to the stage. You're welcoming. You're not here, you're welcome. It is Brennan right now.
A study has shown that 75% of the sexual lives of flying fox fruit bats are spent performing cunnilingus in the interest of pleasing their female partners and ensuring continuation of the species. In 2014, DJ Khaled stated in a radio interview that while he expects sex from his
Okay. Oh.
out as blind, but I can hear a bullshit from those I best apex predators are getting lazy. You say this is to be expected. All. Just some stars. Wings around the vertebrae in your
That judge had some bad experiences.
Listen to the song.
We have a 7.5,
Go!
7.9,
Go!
8.3.
What?
And some of you obviously have. Ready, guys. Our next poet. Come on. All right. Chardonnay's on deck.
That's
For our next poet.
Who is it?
That's what happened here. Our next poet comes to
I'm probably a way better poet than I'll ever know. Poetry is about writing what I remember or what I want to see. And I don't know. Kind of like when I hydroplaned in the rain, 15 seconds ahead of traffic on the Venetian Martinez Bridge headed to Vallejo. And I spun in circles until I can see where I came from and how I got here. Looking back, I always try to ameliorate everything in hindsight.
Let's go with it, Jay.
Like when my heart was hit from behind. You were the kindest person. You worked yourself to the bone. And to a normal person, they would have walked away with that worst brain. But inside, it damaged you. You felt you would never be the same. My emotions cut off a long time ago. I don't know how I feel. But what I can tell you is that my life doesn't seem real. I've been dealing with inconsistencies, frequently interrupted frequencies. They come with the conquest of owning oneself. I cannot just sit on my ass and ask for help, right? Being born to you, I qualified as to this. I'm a Libra. I love to think I learned my lesson, but the tests keep coming around. Do I pass or fail, excel, or keep my head down? When one leads the other, two show you a different side of life. Rule 3, I can be anything I dream. 4, structure is the key in life. High five the first time I changed for the better. Woo! With my small hand down on the clock, I got your back if you stop here. I take a breath. To discover, I go 7 levels deep. After I rise, I realize my intake. So the material level, I change what I ate. And to come full circle, I always walk around with 9. In the form of 3, 6s. Either way, it adds up every time. And I don't know what led me here. But me, I've always seen you having better in life. He couldn't give it to you, so I want to do this right. You don't ask for much. Feelings that I probably hit you and you cry. I stand stunned. Is it my words, or are you remembering a time I wouldn't tell you that? I'm probably a way better poet than I'll ever know. So thank you
One score. One, two, three, four, 5 scores. I have a low score of a 7.2. 7.5. 8.4. 8.9 and 8.9. Give it up for the poet. All right, Wayne Davis, you are on deck. Please welcome our next poet to the stage. It is Chardonnay. Coming up to the stage.
You have the best baby at home.
It's true.
Amari's really great too.
I saw roadkill 7 times. Not sure if all this fucking that's dead on the freeways. There, this shit about peacefully sleep tonight. What's happening? Vultures have been praying. Traffic. They hate me so much. Rarity of roadkill on the freeway. All the fucking plane. The car, the concrete, the cement. What it is, freezes in the hopes of the cause of its death. 5. Morning, and now it's flattened, unrecognizable as a once lived. 7. Ebo means sacrifice. Into animals moments before slaughter. Holy prayer, absorbing all the harmful. Except
Yeah, y'all give it up one more time.
Get it right, get it tight, touches!
Judges, let's see some scores.
See you, DJ.
1, 2, 3, 4 scores. We have a low score of 7.5.
Come on now. Come on, better! Let's do better!
8.3 and an 8.7. poets. And we love poetry. You're supposed to clap. And yet, when I ask y'all to clap, I look around and I see people not clapping. Do you think I can see you? I mean, I understand we was home for a long time watching HBO Max, but I'm not TV. I see you with your red shirt and your glasses and whatnot. Don't make me call you out to see because I will. So that's all. I would like you to please clap and have a lovely time. That's why. That's why I would like you to clap. So that we can all have a lovely time. Yeah. When I call a poet, you're supposed to do what you just did. That's fun. That's a fun time. It's good times. We're having good times. So Free Blue is on deck, and that's your cue. So coming up to the stage right now is Lincoln. You're not playing here. Okay.
Hello. I thought I was too.
Oh, bitch.
What the Jeopardy music?
Thank you. All right, I'm not gonna break it this time. I promise. This poem is called After School in Oakland. 5 months ago, I didn't know what a blicky or a shiesty was. I didn't realize that hot Cheetos and Takis are a currency that rivaled the US dollar. I mean, they got snack exchange rates and everything in middle school. That being able to make someone's blood sugar increase meant that you cared for them. And when you ask why Tyler is angry all the time, it might not be because he has ADD or because he's having a bad day. It might be that he hasn't had breakfast this morning, or yesterday, or this week, or maybe Tyler's breakfast is actually lunch, consisting of baby carrots, milk, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and apple juice if OUSD is feeling generous this weekend. 4 months ago, I didn't know who the ops were. I didn't realize that teasing can not only be a form of test, but also a form of appreciation, an expression of trust that a person can handle being confronted with their deepest insecurities. That when kids are frustrated or giving attitude, it's not a personal attack, but a resistance to the position of authority. And when DeMarco starts to cry when you threaten to call his dad, you might understand the feeling that some of these kids are consistently let down by the people that should want the best for them. And when your ass gets whooped for getting caught smoking, but your ass also gets whooped for forgetting your glasses at home, confusion is understandable. School becomes the only place of free expression when home doesn't feel like one. 3 months ago, I didn't know where Acorn, Ghost Town, or Lower Bottoms were. As a European, I didn't realize that kids were getting picked up by their parents, not because they couldn't walk home, but because they shouldn't walk home. That even though technically the sidewalk is public property, in some places it is somewhere that the public shouldn't be. And when Marcier and Mackay call other students civilians and start talking about stealing cars or being in juvie, you realize that being young means you still deal with grown-up problems. 2 months ago, I didn't realize how much I like to go to work. The only thing I could think about during spring break was how Marcel would ask me to race him when I got back to school, or how Nayeja, Brooklyn, and Leia would all make fun of my outfit. Hey, Mr. Ross, what's your middle name? I breathe in to answer, and before I can exhale, they say, looks like it's dressed for less. But how Kahari and Mohammed will find ways to make me play basketball with them. I mean, it's amazing how some people enjoy losing so much. Their ankles hang above my bedroom window and sometimes move when the wind draft comes through. 1 month ago, I didn't realize how much they have taught me about myself, how I can be nurturing without allowing for too much nonsense, how I establish boundaries, or what my boundaries even are, what the differences are between the person who I am and the person who I want to be. Who do I want to be? I've gotten very close to answering these questions because if you don't know, they'll make you know. This text is for all the middle schoolers out there. Please keep testing boundaries. Please keep exploring the world. Please keep. You're make my job harder. Others discover who we are and who we want to be. Thank you.
Judges, let's see the scores for wingding. 2, 3. Scores, we have here. We would gently like to ask you to our lovely bar in the kitchen. And they so you should visit the kitchen because they'll be so please again the drinks and things to eat in this bar. Owaju, you are on deck. Please clap very loudly and enthusiastically. Our next poet comes to the stage. It's Green Blue.
You got me.
Most fear will one day join the up in a dark alley in DC or against no station, but my son can't be summed up. Because they say hoping my name is not just another should have been up there. But cops and crooks thought we fought for the right. Is I have a theory. Let's all go back to Africa. How many more bodies? Have you ever seen a 5-year-old stack gang signs like Jenga?
Woo!
Longing for tattooed tears of OGs and dope fiends shuffling past deferred dreams. Tell me, who gives a fuck about saving them? I should prepare myself for the day I'll bury my son. See, the world is a battlefield full of landmines purposely placed beneath his every step. So he must run through run through life with open eyes and a Kevlar vest. Little black boy born with a target on his chest, he ain't never stood a chance. You see, bullets don't carry names. And I'm convinced that death insurance is for white-collar communities, filled with life expectancies beyond the age of 33, or 23, or 3. Because black babies get caught in crossfire on East 14th, but we stay silent. You know they no snitching. Their lives the way our daughters raise themselves, our sons. Dead men walking. Lost souls that will never be restored. But I am my sister's keeper, even when her name is not trending. To be black and conscious in America is to be in a constant state of limbo. So you can just consider me the black woman living in blackface, up here living in the skin. Not too many seem to value, but goddamn proud to get up here and fight for it every day. Because see y'all, Black Lives Matter. Shit, that's the answer to a question that should have never been asked in the first place. One, two.
See, this is why they
Poets for you. Isabel, you are on deck. It is. God. All the way to the stage.
From withering to silence, oblivion. My spirit's not giving in, though my soul's one glistening tear. Away from withering to silence, oblivion. My spirit's not giving in. Brief shot between the musket's flash and the exiting pellets. The tribal warrior knew death's air well, but his heart had yet to smell it, so he not only keeps his feet, but takes another step, the distance closing. The red-coated Caucasian shaking in horrid amazement at the warrior's persistence reloading. The warrior's soul floats as all $30 and 29 sons, though he knows nothing of his people's future entrapment, stuck his holes. They ameliorate his purpose, makes it enhancement quickly. The intruder knows he won't have time to reload and is panic stricken. No amount of training could have prepared him for this black man's rage. In fact, the warrior's eyes that were his the whole time they were engaged, outthought and outmaneuvered this white man's soul. tongue screams in his ear, "You won't take my people." That's when the musket of another caused this African warrior's chest eruption. But some still standing, he turns his head and with eyes ablaze, passion bores into this new murderous but well out of reach white man's core. Summons all his might, but this declaration made his final chore, raises the spade and completely impaled the corpse at his feet once more. Glaring flames on the Caucasian, his eyes still locked. And again, the white man shots to take two shots to take another shot. And again, this African warrior surges and turns, presses and takes yet another step as if he were the incarnation of both karma and death. But against his ardently hearted will, he sinks to his knees. The mist he breathes, as red as the blood he freely bleeds. Crawling now, the grass around goes from smeared to drenched, but he's still holding his beam and his enemy tight as his spear still clenched. And then, when his energy is spent to move another inch, it's not some final feeble.
One. An 8 point. And a 9. All right. We have a few more poets for you. Pink Diamond, you are on deck. Please welcome our next poet to the stage right now. Start clapping. It's Isabel. Isabel to the stage right now. Please welcome. Clap your way here. Clap.
Last time I was hunched.
Not flaccid.
Oh, wow, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. It does. Ayo, inside out Oreo. Inside out Oreo. It's a nickname that signifies my inner blackness, backhanded curse to the other half of me that defines my likeness. As if to ameliorate the unfortunate nature of being the product of unsegregated laundry. Which way do the stripes go on this zebra? What does it mean to be the only black kid in an all-white school? This time I have white stripes. I'm even the reason girls are into black guys. The audacity to define someone's stripes like that, as if the freckles on my face represent the community I was raised in. As if the beauty marks were held on a pedestal and locked in a cage. But on the other side of the picket fence, this time I got black stripes. They're just scars of being raised in the same pen the animals are. And my hair, my lips, my jaw, my dick, all make me privy to the inside jokes, but not excluded from being the subject of them. You're allowed to laugh with the boys if you don't mind laughing at yourself. Part of yourself that got stained with bleach. The toxic stench it leaves of purifying the unclean while leaving a permanent mark that never fades on our history. Well, you can't just very well wear that to a job interview now, can you? Certainly not a date. It doesn't matter if you meet the qualifications, if you're well educated and well read, mannered and eloquent, you're still 3/5 of a human being pretending like you're someone whole. Ain't matter if you've been through it, living off of food stamps and finding yourself at both ends of a gun. You're still just a cracker that happened to be raised in the hood. I guess people only see you, their enemy, when you're just a nappy-headed product of Romeo and Juliet. But I know what I am.
are all the people of the world and all, the product of those willing to overcome the walls of injustice through the passion of love. A marriage of culture and history culminated in a magnificent 6'3" trans girl that has the heart of Sinatra and the soul of Hendrix, that rides dirt bikes in the streets and quads in the desert, that will recite William Blake in the same breath as Maya Angelou. I am unequivocally me. A tie-dye t-shirt, so mesmerizing. It's tugged at their mouth. They had never seen so before. For the first. Hey, said that.
Isabel, judges, let's see some scores. I have 2 scores, 3 scores, 4. One more time.
Okay.
This judging thing is
Don't fuck it up.
business right now. All right, 5 scores. We have a low of 8.5.
Whoa!
8.7.
Whoa!
9.0. 9.2 and a 9.3. Give it up. Who knows what this is? It says it right on it. It says it's tip. It's a tip bucket. So we would like you to please put your phone while we're passing this around, is because artists don't get paid enough. So this is your extra contribution to the art. Well, I was just gonna address that. We got you right here.
Yeah!
So if you don't have no Foley cash, you can pull out your phone and put some Foley Venmo right up in here. I'm gonna pass this. Please fill this. We prefer your Foley money. So we appreciate anything you have to give. So just fill this up with money. All right. We have a few more poets before the feature. Bella, you are on deck.
That's right.
Welcome our next poet to the stage right now. It is Pink Diamond. Wait. Everybody in this little section right here, wait. No, I'm not talking about you. She was about to curse me out. She was like, oh, really? I can't do 3 things at a time. Not you. But I would like it if we could all clap together at the same time. Ready? Go! Pink Diamond to the stage. Yeah!
You got this.
You know that feeling in your stomach that females get when they think about good dick? You do the same for me, but slightly different. I feel that in my chest when I think about your existence. Your one attraction to be the ashes to bring the bridge I started building. I've gone around before. It only left me then healing, running round in circles trying to find the piece that fits me. Instead, I've wedged my way into situations that only left me feeling empty. I'm sick of it. I truly am. In less than a month, I'm gonna be moving in to a new house in the southern lands of California with a man who says he loves me. Nothing time can tell. Only the angels who watch above me. But there is something in the back of my mind I will forever wonder if I make this move, how ameliorating it could be if I.
Let's go word of the day.
I grab a hold of my mind because it's dangerous when I let it loose. It may not return.
writing songs about days of my vacation, but dreaming of the feeling of your presence and that look on your face when you look at me. It's truly chilling to see how things change. I'm just trusting that whatever the universe has arranged for me works itself out. And I really couldn't tell you though. And 2 months into the future, no longer there. And over that's fine. I still daydream about your luscious hair. I never got to touch. And however, when we locked eyes, I start to blush, and your laugh is just so contagious. I could go on, but I'm running out of pages. I took a break from my album to formally wrong about you. Are you a test of the man who's really right for me? I wish I knew. I know nothing except for the way I feel about you. Dear Star, there's something about not knowing that excites me. Do you see me as a friend, or do you actually like me? Either way, it still won't be enough. I put all this time into showing this man that it wasn't a bluff when I said I loved him. Because was best friend. Mine between was best and was never chased my first choice because I never thought I was something you liked. Every time you left, the moment felt incomplete. Like there was something more to say, but the words were caught between my teeth. Like a juicy steak you are to me when I'm trying to go vegan. Your essence seduces me. Brought out my sexual frustrations, yet you still caught in my mind running about our spiritual relation. And if there is one, I guess
Simon, y'all, check it. Let's see some score. We have one.
Is it a 10? Give it a 10.
Two scores.
They should be 10.
3 scores.
10.
4 scores. Y'all cute. We have an 8.3.
Wow.
8.8.
Boo!
8.7. Sorry, that was the third score. 9.2 and a 9.4. For Pink Diamond though. 8.3, 8.7, 8.8, 9.2, 9.4. All right, y'all. We have a few more poets, and then we're gonna have our feature. Ready? Start clapping now. Dr. Maddox, you are on deck. Please welcome our next poet coming to the stage, Bella. Inexperienced, and you're clapping. That's what you got today. Not here. Here.
Berkeley Slam Tuesday.
Tasian. With some Tasian on it.
Violence is a disease that I am all too familiar with. So when I'm diagnosed with vulvodynia 3 years after I'm assaulted, I imagine that's how the Greek goddess Odin felt when they named her the Greek goddess of pain. Like she finally had a word to call the constant reminder in her body of what happened to her. 16% of women have this constant vulva burning, especially after violence, after someone rewrites their truth and calls it a myth. And have any of you ever even learned about Odin? No? Sounds about right. No one wants to talk about a woman in pain. No one wants to talk about a body that's built like mine. And just like Odin, I'm covered in bruises and scratches that no one else can see, and no one wants to worship me. Odin's siblings, Greek gods of health and love, who just bat an eyelash to heal her, but instead instead thought her to be too dark. I wonder how often Odin reached out to the family that could have cured her before she realized that they would rather eat grapes and fuck each other than ameliorate her pain. I think about reaching out to my own family, like when mom says the vulvodynia must be from using a vibrator, because everyone knows what happens when a woman takes pleasure and matters into her own hands. I wonder how much money and time Odin spent on doctor's appointments. My first pap smear after violence, I cried not because the male OBGYN calls me a baby for not being able to take it like I should, but because this pain is way worse than the male pity saga of Sisyphus pushing a stupid fucking rock. I do not cry when he says I am more likely to die young, as if that's not something I've wished for before. I wonder how many times Odin's considered death as a means to end her pain. I've gone up on my antidepressant dose 4 times each year since diagnosis, but just like Odin, I remain the symbol of depression. My only dreams are of the violent men who thought me to be less Greek goddess and more animal sacrifice. Now, when mom asks how I'm doing down there, I assume she means down in hell. My body, once built out of the temperatures like the warm hearth of Hestia, is now a fire that can't be extinguished. No matter how many creams or pills or special therapies I try, it burns relentlessly in every moment of this mortal life. So the next time that a man tries to stoke or stroke my flame, I hope that this fire singes him. I hope it sets flame to his hands and burns them off so he won't be able to reach for another. And listen, I'm not saying that my pussy has the power of a Greek god, but I am saying that I'm trying to live in a body that's experienced all of this violence and still call it divine.
Hello, y'all, judges. Let's see some score. It is the last call for the kitchen, my hungry peeps. So if you want to get something, let's do it right now. We have 5 scores. We have a low score of an 8.9. We have an 8.9, 9.5, 9.5, and 9.7.
Let's go! Where the fuck is the team?
One more time. Sorry. I have 8.9, 8.9, 9.5, 9.6, and a 9.7. You're welcome. All right, y'all. Couple more poets. Queen Lizzie, you are on deck. Please clap very loudly and enthusiastically for Dr. Maddox, making your way to the stage right now.
New shit.
No shit!
I say no to the man following me home, and he only leaves when I threaten to call 911.
Whoa.
I say no to the man I work for, and he threatens to ruin my career. I say no to the man who asks to sit with me at a restaurant and he shoves his hand into my food and asks, "What are you gonna do about it?" I say no to the man who raised me and I lose the only place that has ever been home.
Wow.
I say no to the man in my bed. I say stop. He doesn't. No means nothing to men who believe a woman should keep quiet or only open her mouth when he wants to put something in it.
Wow.
The internet and the TED Talks and the therapists talk of the importance of boundaries. Tell folks all they gotta do to protect themselves is draw a line clearly in the sand when it is so easy for someone to kick sand in your face. This is another form of victim blaming. Boundaries only have meaning when those in power agree you have the right to set them. No was the first word you ever learned until a parent or a teacher or a lover pried it from your mouth, made you swallow your tongue. Is it any wonder you can't stomach saying it now? A weak spine is not an accident, not a character flaw. Power always wants you pliable enough to push over, and if you learn to shrink, to survive, this is not a failure. That is an adaptation to a world with low ceilings. This is not an empowerment poem. This poem is about how we survive when we don't have access to power. It's a poem asking you to forgive yourself for choosing quiet survival over wars you could not win. This is a tribute to your bruised knees that got you back up no matter how many times you were pushed to them. This is a hallelujah to survival at any cost. This is a hymn to a white flag when it was the only thing you could find to wipe up the blood. When an ocean swallows your ship, you get in the lifeboat. Even if it feels like surrender, it is not a place to live. It is just a place to stay alive and to reach safe harbor. This is for a brother who shows up to move your stuff out when your abuser is at work. This is for friends who show up with a bottle of cheap wine and no judgments after one more bad day at the job you can't afford to quit. Your community cannot always protect you, but they can ameliorate the damage.
Let's go word of the day!
To your wounds to stop the bleeding, there is power in numbers. Call it a union. Call it communion. Call it a collection of people who have had their own voices stolen so many times. They can hear yours, even when you cannot speak.
Let's go!
Dr. Maddox, y'all.
Get it right, get it tight, touches! Don't fuck it up!
I have 2 scores. I have 3 scores. All right. I need 1 more score. Keep your scores up.
All right. Have a low score of 8.7.
Boo!
8.8.
Boo!
8.8.
Boo!
9.6 and a 9.7. Give it up.
We obviously want to
Dr. Maddox, y'all. All right. Start clapping now. Our next poet comes to the stage.
Yeah!
Here it is.
Yeah! Hey!
Had to test it. So I saw a post online the other day that said, my dad kept having trouble with my pronouns, they them. So I told him to pretend I was a swarm of bees and it somehow helped. So this is my poem, Ode to the Swarm. I was just minding my own business when suddenly it happened. They arrived. I was in the eye of the storm, or should I say, swarm. I immediately felt the multitudes within them couldn't be contained by any one word or body. Their presence was palpable, the energy buzzing through me. I think when they said NB, you might have heard and bees, but I'm not complaining, you non-binary baddie. I think everyone else is a wannabe. Homophobes, be afraid. Be very afraid. The swarm has arrived. Scientists said for a while that there is no way a bee should be able to fly. That bees violated all known laws of physics, their wings too small to get their little bodies off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyways, because bees don't give a shit what humans think or what the known laws of science says is impossible. Truth be told, the dating game has been bugging me for a while. When I told my friends you were highly intelligent, they said you were just as sensitive, but they've also said I was the kind of girl who would fall in love with the bee from the Bee movie anyways. I don't know if I've been stung or hit by Cupid's arrow, but I can be your Vanessa. DJ put on black and yellow. Truth be told, the second I saw you, I identified as she, her, yours, baby.
Yes.
I have pussy for they. I have pussy for them. I have their thussy. Let's just say you ameliorated some things. And speaking of the hive, my honeycombs are very saturated. And I think this project is going to take your best worker bees. What I'm trying to say is you may be a swarm of bees, but I'll make a bed bug out of you, baby. Woo! Call me Barry B. Benson because my sweater is Ralph Lauren and I have no pants. Okay. What I'm really trying to say is you may be a swarm of bees, but I want to be the honey in your hive. Woo! You may be a swarm of bees, but I think I can be enough for you, and I think we belong together. You may be a swarm of bees, but I love you. You particularly rampant, sweet-faced, busy little swarm of fucking bees. Far sweeter and more curious, peace-loving, and hardworking than any person I've ever met. You may be a swarm of bees, but I love you. So call me, maybe.
Queen Lizzie on judges. Let's see some scores. Is this a sing-along now? Is that what's happening? Judges, let's see some scores. All right, do I have 5 scores? Nope.
And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky.
I'm feeling that. Y'all sing. We have a 7.5. We have a 7.6. We have an 8.4. Oh, you just ran out of steam. We have a 9.2 and a 9.5. For Queen Lizzie, y'all. Give it up for all our poets in the first round. All right. It is time for our feature, yo. It is time for our feature, yo. I'm gonna read this whole bio because your feature is worthy of this whole ass bio. Your feature this evening is a writer of poetic things from San Francisco, California. She has been a featured performer at local and international literary series and events including Lit Crawl, the Melbourne French Festival, North Beach First Fridays at City Lights Books, the SFSU Center for Modern Greek Studies, and Belarus Global Voices, the celebration of translation and international creative writing. Her work has been published in various anthologies, journals, and websites, including Lucid Dreaming, the San Francisco Public Library Poems a Day, and Sparkle and Blink. It has also been set to music and commissioned by composers, conductors, businesses, individuals, and organizations. Her first book of poetry, Foolishly Optimistic, was published by Nomadic Press in 2022. I had the pleasure of editing said book with her and also enjoying the Boys to Men at SF Symphony concert with her. Because that's how we roll. Give it up for your feature, my friend, Katie Aliféris.
That's my president.
Former.
I think you're right. I mean, I can do it myself.
What you need? The table.
Look out. Hi. Thank you. I love you, number one. If no one has said that to you recently, I love you.
It's so nice.
It happens. And in the spirit of love, I'm actually going to read somebody else's writing to start. So yeah, my book came out a year ago.
Publish.
Only because I didn't bring any copies. But if you like what you hear and you want to buy one, come to, what's it called? Daydreamers Poetry at Medicine for Nightmares on Saturday, 4 p.m. Medicine for Nightmares is the only authorized retailer of this book. So come through to the city, Daydreamers Poetry, you know who's putting that on. Okay. So when my book came out, because my memory is terrible, I've already forgotten the word of the day, even though I've heard it 15 times already. But I had books, little journals, where everybody who was there could write me a little message. Because I knew I wasn't going to remember all the feelings in that night. So this is one of the messages that one of the other poets wrote for me. And I think it's something that we all could hear. Dearest poet, excavator of the heart's needs and wants, tender-handed bearer of the deep feels, wondrous luster of heart warm and heart warming. Thank you for you. Thank you for sharing your words and self, especially when you almost tried to keep these brilliant poems from our shelves. Thank you for your kind and essential self, space, and that linger. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Feelings mutual. On that note, this poem is called Soma, which is Greek for body. Let's say you always lead with your body. You fuck early and well. That reverse cowgirl grind, those deep throat slides, those twirling tongue tricks, those moves you know other people do, but you hope you do better. You win with your body, because that's what people always want from you, your body. Let's say you want to try something new. Lead with your mind. Win with your mind. Fuck late, if at all. Win with your whole self, but can you? You go on a date, you call it an undate. Make sure your pussy knows no matter how much it may want that dick, it is not getting any dick tonight. Let's say you enjoy your way through this undate, but you don't take them home. You turn down the invitation for a nightcap. You don't even kiss them goodnight. You feel a little pride, a little sense of self-worth. And then, on your train ride home, you giggle, realizing it doesn't matter when you fuck, because this one is going to end just like all the others, with time. I love you. Oh, right, the word is ameliorate. And I feel like you all have had such great energy. And I've actually been really depressed for the last 2 weeks, so I am going to ameliorate your spirits just a little bit, but like, I hope you still feel some good shit, even though these are sad poems. The latest. Oh, yeah. This is, I'll be Pluto, you be the sun. Also, it's really warm.
Yeah.
You all are just hot. It's really what it is. You all, here, okay. I'll be Pluto, you be the sun. Tonight, I realize and understand that I will have to love you from afar. From afar. Maybe in secret, maybe not. But not the way I want. Not the way I can see loving you. Not the way I can see being loved by you. Tonight, I realize and understand that my irregular orbit and your regular orbit only intersect a tiny bit, in a tiny way, for a tiny time. Tonight, I realize and understand that anytime I let myself drift close enough, I will still get all your light, all your luminosity, all your illumination, all your heart, all the pull of your gravity. Tonight, I realize and understand that no matter how far I am or how close I am, you will still get all this love from this distant outlier, this circling planet, always obscurely orbiting, always sending, and always being sent. How about some new shit? I love you as in. I love you as in the imprint of your heart is still on mine. I love you as in the imprint of your stars still twinkles on all my penetrable parts. I love you as in my fridge is always stocked with blueberries, just in case you come over and I am a strawberry girl. Just ask Francis. Just ask the lights. This is Berkeley, okay? So if anybody got that reference, come talk to me after. I love you as in my pantry is always stocked with plain sparkling water and apple cider vinegar, the one with the mother, just in case you have a flare. I love you as in I have seen every shitty part of you, and I love you for all of them. I love you as in I want to bell hooks love as a verb you. I want you to bell hooks love as a verb me. I love you as in I'd do anything to help you grow. I love you as in I'd do anything to help us grow. I love you as in I'd do anything to walk hand in hand and step by step with you. I love you as in, wait for it, I would move to Los Angeles for you. Okay. That's serious.
That ain't no love, I don't know.
You seen that, Travis?
I love you as in, I would even move to New York for you. I love you as in, I would hold you up through anything and everything and wish you would do the same for me. I love you as in knowing you well enough to know when you've reached your limit of what you can give and when I need to walk away. Love you as in, I love you as I love you. And because I can't share with you tonight and not share something from the book, this is my favorite piece from the book. If I can find it. If you've seen me feature in the last, 3 years, you've probably heard it, but this is fun. Okay, here we go. This is gutted. 1. If me being me makes you want to run, then let me help you tie your shoes faster. Here's your jacket, your wallet, your charger. Don't forget the blue lighter, the 61 cents, 2 quarters, 1 penny, 1 dime. On the nightstand, rescue your hair from the bathroom floor, your eyelashes from my pillowcase, your skin cells sprinkled over every surface of my home. Don't leave anything behind. Don't leave anything. Don't leave. 2. And as you go, you can keep the heart I gave you. It no longer serves me. How are your bodies? You've been sitting for a long time. Do we need to do like a group shake out? Yeah. Shake it out. Shake it out. Get up if you want. Shake it out. DJ, that was cute. While you shake it out, I'll give you something to listen to. DJ. Okay, we tried. DJ is doing it.
Shaking out on part, but it's working after. First up, we're having a shakeout moment.
Oh, do you need music for it?
No, we're good.
Moment's over.
All right, and I'm gonna close out with this. Well, let's just say I'm gonna tell you a story. The vision. Sobriety brought the vision. It came in a dream. Gown. Yet a scar my matriarchs wore, but longer and softer, and slowly I walked down the street of a small town, all cobblestone and dry mountains, and some water somewhere in the distance. I am a priestess, or witch, or sorceress, or some combination thereof. A woman, maybe the perfect version of myself, walks with me. She is possessed by what no one knows, but she carries in her a pain that can be seen and felt by the whole town. The people implore me to help. Into her forehead I press and press and press as hard as I can, but with gentle love, a gold coin, maybe a pendant. It's round. Perhaps it has a lion on it, or a griffin, or some other mythical creature. I press and press and press and chant words that I do not know, that only my subconscious knows. I press and chant, I press and chant, I press and chant. Eventually her possession is released. She is returned to her full glory. The people make me their divine ruler. There is no king, no co-queen. I provide with my magic. feeding all the people of the town and sheltering them. They have everything they need. My people are happy. The town thrives, the people thrive, the women thrive, I thrive, and one day a guardian of the town, a guardian of the people who looks exactly like you appears, pressing their body so slightly into my back. This touch, a gesture no one else has ever ventured to make, so I am drawn to this guard. We become lovers and partners, me providing, them protecting, occasionally inviting the still unpossessed beauty into our bed, into our bath. She is luminous. She heals us when we cannot heal each other. She makes music. We bathe in baths of golden water. The water is what's magic. The water is what keeps us alive.
Wow.
Not me. Life is idealistic. No one wants. No one is unsatisfied. There is joy and eternal healing in our golden waters. Every time I read this, I have to try really hard to not say golden shower. Okay? Not to break the spell here, but just gonna be really honest. Gonna be honest with you. Even after strife and battles, because there will always be those, we are well. And I wake so touched by the emotions of all this dreamy joy that there are tears in the corners of my eyes. And I lay there thinking, I hope that golden water is something that flows through all of us, something visceral, something that one day, maybe you will let me provide for you. You will let me be there for you, support you, love you as my partner, you, my guardian, me, your priestess. You makes me feel safe, makes me want to be the best version of myself, makes me want to do anything and everything I can for you and for us and for our people. Because that is where we make a difference. Through love with our people. Golden showers for everybody! I'm really sorry I went over on time. Thank you. I love you all. You're amazing. Berkeley Slam. And come to Medicine for Nightmares on Saturday, 4 p.m. Kayo, Ariel! Yes! More applause! Do I have judges? How many do I have? What? No. Oh my God. No, I'm making sure I have judges for the second round. You're good. I like you because you're conscientious. That's what I love. I have one judge for sure, 2 judges. Judges rate their scorecard. Who do I still have? I feel like my judge by the bar is still here. Do you need to go? All right. So I need at least 2 more judges. 3 more judges. Okay. I need 3 more judges. I just need 3. She stepped out for a second. I need 3 more judges. Anybody volunteer? PG, are you judging the second round? All right.
I need 2 more judges. People at that table. Yes, no? Okay, cool. I need 1 more judge. Thank you so much. Thank you. I need 1 more judge. Anybody? Anybody? Judges? What are you doing? That's fine. You can walk in and be a judge, you know. What about you at the bar? Who wants to be a judge at the bar over there?
I can do it.
Can you do it? Awesome. The marker is on that table right there. Give it up for all our judges. So we do have 2 judges who are satisfying a nicotine craving right now. And so, do you want to hear a poem that you're not going to judge? God, you're enthusiastic. Do you want to hear a poem? Woo! Awesome. I'm going to read this poem until our judges get back. Well, I'm not going to read it to that soundtrack. All right. Here. All right. Now I suffer. All right.
Eat it.
This is called Tuesday morning. Good morning, it's Tuesday. Another black girl went missing last night. Did you notice? Did you feel the sudden vacuum where divinity used to be? No. The news still tends to ignore the uncelebrated, the unworshipped in the background. I myself travel alone at night a lot. I walk really fast and stay in view of streetlights a lot. I stay away from empty parking lots. I already merely exist as a series of unnamed statistics. I'd rather be a shadow than a ghost. Another black boy got shot yesterday, not to be confused with the other black boy who got shot yesterday, or the other black boy tomorrow and next Thursday afternoon. Another black boy gets shot, just to say that somebody should change the narrative. That is to say, we only hear about what is considered newsworthy. No one cares if black people kill each other, but black boys are also getting picked off by a succession of scared white men. Seems they fear most for their lives when they are the only one holding a gun. Wow. It is mid-afternoon on a weekday. It is an understatement to say that I feel hunted. I am surrounded by apex predators today. I act nonchalant and pleasantly stoic. When I say no to the stranger demanding my phone number, will he stab me in the face? If a white man brings a gun to the school that I work at, will I have time to run away? Any minute, my next appearance could be on a missing poster or a memorial mural or in a say her name hashtag. It will not be newsworthy. It will not be unusual. It'll just be Wednesday.
Wow.
Where's the damn judges? Would somebody please go out and tell the judges that we need them right now? I'm all for a cigarette. We gotta get this going so we can get out of here. We got 5 poets. We about to get out of here. If you're sitting at the bar and you're watching this, would you mind coming and sitting here for a little bit, just so we have an audience to perform to? Awesome. I thought she was still here. That's not her stuff. She is. She's been here out. Okay. We have one here. Well, let me read off the list for the second round then. Here are the poets in the second round. Going up first is Dr. Maddox, then Bella, Isabel, Bree, and Reggie. So that's going to be kind of a hot round of poets. All right, I have the one judge. I need one more. Where did you say she was? Judges, raise your scorecard. Judges, raise your scorecard. If you are a judge, raise your scorecard. 1, 2, 3. I know you're there. 4. And then where's the fifth judge? PG. Are you paying attention at all? I said to raise your scorecard. You're not gonna really work out. All right. So we don't have a sacrificial poet for this round. This is warm up for the judges. So please welcome our sacrificial poet for the second round. It is Tina.
That's my baby. Fuck it up, fuck it up.
I hope there are enough bones in my words to hold themselves steady. San Andreas fault line is preparing for something of this magnitude. They will shake, but I will misremember the stomping grounds I blossomed from. They feel like someone else's lifetime ago. Someone's old Nike strung up in pigeon cords in deep East Oakland. A hopeless sun hangs there, but those cords never ages. I hope for a freeze from a time where our children lived in our own ceiling and commemorating the closest corner with a busted fire hydrant and called that a swimming pool. Another joy back then was enough to fertilize our flowers and our produce and our gardens, and I hope whoever is alive between these words are alive because I am a result of the legacy. They always grant me guidance. Yes, death is rogue. Final route. Inevitable. So does it mean we can turn stones and pay respect to all the ghosts that come and go? This is still their home too, as much as it is ours. My wish has always been to elicit a desire to live in my writing. There is a lifetime spent worth living here, to honor the dead, a duty to fall in the cycle. I am just starting my ancestor work early. My hands, duty ridden, warrior ready. I am not dead on arrival. We are not dead on arrival. We're just always familiar with its presence. I hope these words make a ghost of me. I hope these bones are the only words I have left when I'm gone, that someday my body could be composted enough to be claimed by soil, because some time ago I buried my heart under the roots of an oak tree and said to myself, this is where I will stand. Long after I fall, I am done wrestling with my purpose in this world. I'm just gonna keep giving back even after I'm gone. I'm sorry that comes as burden to you. I come from a city where bodies are dogging the gates of my school. I am just wary of how much infinity is snuffed from us. Of all the breath we draw and is still not heard today. I promise I would own each breath because this work is never done. I hope you keep writing. Hope you die with ink still spilling from you, your truth raw in your throat, seeking revenge. So when the autopsy comes, they won't know what to make of your eternity. I hope you make this your final choice, even when they try to rob it from you. And trust me, they will always try to rob it from you. They won't ever unearth you unless you left them. I hope you still blossom in your metaphor.